Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of our CapeSpace Connections series. I'm your host, Haley Cote, Community Manager for CapeSpace Mashpee, and today I am so pleased to have with me here Michael Kane. Hi, Michael, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. So good to see you.
Likewise.
Yes, I know. I've been seeing you a little bit lately at our Mashpee Center, right? I know
Yes.
you're primarily a Hyannis member, but it's been nice to see you in person here
Uh,
in
thank,
Mashpee.
thank you. It's been nice to see you as well.
Yes. So, Michael, you ready to dive in?
Sure, let's go.
Okay. So, Michael, I actually don't know the answer to this question. So, a lot of times I do know the answer to this question when I start interviewing someone, but what is it that you do for a living? Tell me about your work.
Sure, I'm the owner of Kane Mills Media. We're a small marketing services firm operating mostly out of the Hyannis Cape space, occasionally over in your neck of the woods in Mashpee. Uh, what we It's interesting. Initially, when I started it, I thought we were going to be focusing primarily on small business digital marketing, and we do that to some extent. But a lot of what has been really popular has been working on resumes and LinkedIn profiles, helping people throughout this pandemic and this challenging economy to really put their best foot forward and to learn more about themselves and to get their resume and LinkedIn in a position to prepare for the next job or the next project.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's key. Yeah, that's huge. What do you find kind of overall is your like biggest tip for people in their resume writing in their LinkedIn profile?
Don't be shy, talk to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
because what everyone does is they take for granted the skills that they have. They assume everyone else has these particular skills, be they hard or soft skills,
Mm-hmm.
when the reality is that your skills are more important and more common and more, I should say, more uncommon than you would think. I think it's very important to talk, and I know it's a little self-serving to say this, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very important to talk to somebody and have them go over things with you so that you can gain a better understanding of what you're taking for granted, what you're leaving on the table, and what directions you can head that would really help you towards your next goal or your next job.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great advice. How long have you been doing this for? How long have you had your business?
Sure, the business has been open since July.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we
Oh, wow.
were, we were going to open on August 1st, but we just couldn't wait. So went for it right on July, right, I believe right around July 24th.
Mm-hmm.
And things have been great so far. Way better than I expected. My initial goal for this year anyway, the 12 months after founding, was
Mm-hmm.
to turn a profit of $1. And so far, I think we're going to beat the dollar. We're not Gary Vaynerchuk or any of these large digital agencies, but what we do is we provide. I should say because it's just me at this point, but in the future we
Mm-hmm.
provide services that enable people to take the grunt work out of their marketing efforts.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, if you're going to Saatchi Saatchi or Sapient or one of those, you don't need me. But if you're a small business who has a good idea where they want to go and has particular things that they want to automate or things that they want created, or just some really good general assistance in getting their word out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guy to go to. So I'm so happy to be the grunt work guy. I really love it.
That's awesome. Yep. Simplifying people's lives, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So what would you say it is you love most about your job?
I love helping people. I really do. I
Mhm.
love I love getting in the conversation and helping someone to realize, oh man, so I did accomplish all this before. Or wow, this activity that I have that seems completely unrelated to my career has given me skills that really apply in 100 other directions. So I'll give you an example. I went to professional wrestling school in my 30s,
Oh my goodness.
which is another really good,
Mhm.
interesting story. Great part, great few months of my life. I really appreciate a lot of the lessons I learned.
Mhm.
Uh, but a lot of people in the wrestling industry who are talent take a lot of the things that they do in order to get bookings and to show up on time
Mhm.
and to train and prepare for their character or to sell merchandise. They take a lot of that activity for granted because they see it through the lens of wrestling.
Mhm.
So just for these guys, a lot of what I would do is talk to them about, okay, well, you've run a small business since you were 21 years old. You keep track of your accounting. You keep track of your merchandise. You keep track of your development. You work hard. You're coachable. You have to speak in front of crowds. You appear on video and audio all the time. These are really great applicable skills across a range of things. But again, for me, helping someone to see all the potential that they have inside and all the things they can do with what they've already done, that's what makes my day. That's what really makes me want to do this every day.
Mm-hmm. That's so awesome. Yeah, just opening people's minds to the fact that, wait, I already have this skill. Yeah, let me really hone it.
Yeah.
Let me tap into it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
So, Michael, what's been the biggest change, maybe personally or maybe in your industry, that you've seen since, this whole COVID-19 pandemic started?
I think the biggest thing I've seen is that people now are more open to services like mine.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have expected this to be the biggest part of my business when I started. But the reality is now people are much more reflective. They've been working from home. They've not been working, unfortunately, in some cases. And they really are motivated. There's so many motivated people out there that really can do some amazing stuff. And they're turning to the future. They're not saying, oh, okay, this job will hang in there or that job will hang in there. They're looking much more realistically at their companies and what the future is for those companies. They're looking more realistically at their job and where they fit in, and they're taking bolder steps forward. Financing might be an issue for people who are looking to start businesses. I mean, personal health insurance is always an issue to some extent, but that certain degree of boldness that comes from having nothing to lose, but certainly a better perspective on what can be gained. I think a lot of people are reaching out and taking chances and starting to see, oh, okay, the future may be uncertain, but what are some certain things that I can do to improve where I know I'm going to improve myself in my life no matter what.
Right. Yeah. Turning the negative into a positive.
Absolutely.
Being optimistic. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. So, Michael, I know you're a fairly new CapeSpace member, but in your time so far at CapeSpace, how would you say it's improved your work life?
I think the biggest thing is it gives me a place apart. It gives me a place where I can worry exclusively about the business and worry about taking care of not only my work, but also any training I need to do. Also, I've taken advantage of the conference room space, which has been really great. I'm helping a friend film a professional services webinar.
Oh, nice.
So we've been doing that on Sunday mornings at the Hyannis location at 5 a.m.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
We're very dedicated.
Clearly.
But I mean, the ability to have a conference room at my disposal to work apart so that I'm not interacting too much with issues, be it with family or personal distractions or things of that nature, where I have a place apart where I can go and dedicate myself to the work at hand.
Absolutely. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Happy to hear that. And for anyone out there listening, so Michael is a Business Lounge member, and part of his membership, he gets conference room rental credits. That's one of the perks of our Business Lounge membership. Yeah. So if you're interested in that membership or any of our memberships, I encourage you to visit CapeSpace.com. Okay, Michael. So moving on to some more fun, lighthearted questions.
Sure.
Are you ready?
All right, let's go.
Okay, so first off, what would you say is your favorite hobby?
I love to read. I am very interested in books and ideas, and I know it's strange to go from reading and writing for a job to reading and writing for a hobby, but it's just what I do.
Yeah, absolutely. I know my background's in journalism and writing too, and I totally relate to that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So Michael, what book are you currently reading then?
I'm reading The Shallows by Nicholas Carr.
Okay.
It's a book about how the internet and digital communication is changing the way our brains work and how we interface with information and each other.
Interesting. Okay. I'll have to keep that on my list. Let's see. So Michael, what would you say is your superpower?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I've always had really good timing. I've always had an ability to say, okay, this is some people will call it excess patience. Sometimes it looks like sloth. But for the most part, it's an ability to say, okay, this is when I can be most useful. This is when I'm not going to be helpful. This is what I should do at this time. So really, timing is the one superpower I have. I can't jump really well. I'm strong, but I'm not that strong, and I have really little legs, so I run funny. So I'm not going to be confused for anything out of Marvel Comics anytime soon. But as far as timing goes, I've got that down pretty well.
That's a really important one, though, I will say.
Yeah, thank you.
That's good to be proud of that. So, Michael, where's your favorite spot on Cape Cod?
I love walking on Dowses Beach in
Oh my
Osterville.
gosh.
Yeah,
Dowses is my favorite beach.
it's
Yes.
great.
Yeah, love it. That's awesome. And lastly here, Michael, what's the best advice you've ever gotten?
The best advice I've gotten is from my father, who said, "Never let a piece of paper defeat you." That is, there's no document, there's no intellectual challenge, there's nothing that's beyond you. So as long as you're willing to dig in, break it down into small parts, and do the work, it's just like anything else. And that's been hugely important, be it through college or graduate school or in previous occupations. It's been really important to me as I've developed a real confidence around the spoken word and the written word, and my ability to use those things on my behalf and for me and for the people I love, rather than have them constantly used against me. And yeah, don't let a piece of paper defeat you. Just keep going. Just take it like you would any other task, break the intellectual task down and defeat it.
I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Michael, before I let you go here, if people want to learn more about you, where can they find you?
Sure. The best place to find me is at my website, www.kanemillsmedia.com. That's KaneMillsmedia.com. And I'm also available on LinkedIn. You can find me at LinkedIn, but that's all available on my link tree. You can find everything on my link tree at linktr.ee/KANE talking, Kane talking, KANETALKING.
Awesome. Well, Michael, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure chatting with you here.
Likewise, thank you.
Yes. Take care.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.